Today, our team from Best Audit team would like to give you a small presentation regarding what you're doing and that would improve your business. I believe that together we will find great understanding regarding our and your work. So let me first introduce our team. From our audit team. Then we have our Mrs. Anna Dika, Mrs. Kovacevic, Mr. Joel, and me, Darko Tachevsky. Okay, regarding our business offer today, we are going to give you refers to 3 periods that will cover your working in short, medium, and long term. We noticed that you are in the process of implementing IAASB standards. Also, as you know, we are introduced of new law for income tax, so we could also provide you something very interesting regarding the future implementation of this tax, because this new law for income tax. Today with me I have Mr. Joel, as I explained earlier. He's a tax specialist and he works at our tax department. He has great experience in tax application. In middle term plan, we have offered to you to provide cost benefit analysis for your market, because we noticed that you are seeking to improve and to increase your market sales, your sales on the market, on domestic and on external. And we believe that these 3 small changes that you are going to do would bring you to achieve the long-term aim, which is the establishment of a branded production, which will raise your quality and your name of the project like on the top. Okay. For the IAASB implementation, our team already did a small analysis of your production costs and your cost of sales. What we noticed is that you have a total of 10% of sales that refers to the unprocessed wall. So basically, what we think is that probably this 10% of the cost for selling this unprocessed wall would be the best to allocate on implementation of the IAASB system. This small change can bring you a lot of benefits, such as it could increase the quality of your production. Thus, it would, in short term, it will open local markets. This means, as you all are familiar with, in order to sell big stores, you need to have implemented IAASB standards. And thus, above all, this could help you establish new accounting system for production based on different processes, which is slowly connected with the IAASB system. So how do we do? We could hire an IAASB experts who would provide you with all necessary details, would provide you with the expertise, and would help you prepare all rule books, all procedures that are necessary for implementing IAASB system. only did small analysis regarding the implementation of the HSSP system. We already spoke with one expert that we cooperate with. And for a small company as yours, he said that there is no big change to be done. Actually, what he's explained is very simple, that you all need to do. And this could also provide you with simplification of the production process. You have already the stuff, as we saw, you have about 10 employees in production, which would be enough to implement this micro system for HSSP. The procedure would be very short, as our expert explains. It will take you about 2 or 3 months. And for this after the audit, because currently what we are focused is on audits on your past historical financial statements for the last year. And we could offer you best fixed price, which plus compensation for our work that we are going to do, which will not exceed 35% of the audit fee. So, also for a short-term period, we could provide you with tax planning and advisory. So, being honest, I'm not the best in tax. That's why we have brought our tax specialist from our accounting department. He has great experience. Do not hesitate him to ask any questions. He's feel free to answer all of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you. I think I'd like to first commend Mr. Brankomat for your generous heart. We've gotten some information that you do a lot of contributions for school, for children. And I also have a soft heart for these people, for this institution. And this is also very much aligned with what we would want to offer to you as far as tax planning and advisory. Because we know that, and we'd like to inform you that you can probably enjoy, aside from being able to contribute to your favorite charities, there may be a tax benefit that you may be able to generate with all of these contributions and donations. So that will be part of the tax planning and advisory that we intend to present and submit to you. So, likewise, especially in the near future, we understand that you plan to come up with an amusement park, in line also with your charity work, and that will involve a large sum. Perhaps, as I've said, in addition to contributing to the children, to the welfare of the children, your company may be able to derive tax benefits from this. We'd like to inform you that there is a new changes in the personal income tax law that may affect the tax position of the company and the owners, including yourself. We'd like to study that and give you the best recommendations how to address these new changes. Also, we noticed the company has been giving a lot of dividends. Again, we'd like to be sure that the company is doing well as far as its tax obligations regarding the taxes on these dividends. And perhaps we can also come up with a recommendation how to better improve or maximize the situation on these dividend remittances. You are now paying VAT on your production. VAT is a very complicated system. We'd like to study if you're doing well in how you are complying with VAT, including how you compute VAT on your sales, VAT on your purchases. And it's not indicated here, but I will just add on because it will be part of the other recommendations, in your expansion plans, you may be going to other countries. Again, there are tax issues that you have to address once you go abroad, overseas. We will be with you as you proceed with your expansion and overseas business plans. So for this, of course, we have a very proficient, competent tax department, familiar with all the tax systems in Europe and all other parts of the world. Definitely you will get the best and accurate advice on these issues. We can prepare these recommendations and what you need to do in time for the soon-to-be tax submission period. And we will come up with a fixed fee based on the value that all of this will generate to you personally and to the company. So I hope you may be able to consider our tax planning and advisory proposal.
Okay, so I'm going to continue with our offer for medium term. And our offer refers to market cost analysis on our medium for you're working on medium term. During our work, we noticed that Mr. Frankman has already done small research of potential clients in near neighboring countries and in the EU countries. We already did some small analysis on this list, and we noticed we noted a few potential clients that for which you could expand your production in future. Our offer now refers to cost benefit analysis on for expanding sales on these sales that you have for which you have done research, and we believe that this cost benefit analysis could add additional value on the research. This analysis could. We believe that this analysis would help you to identify future potential markets in order to expand your sales in neighboring countries and in the EU countries. Thus, it could help Mrs. Nebesna to determine the realistic future budget of costs and sales. And this also could help the entire company, your business, to plan market expansion and production in future. How do we do this? We could, as I said, we already did some small analysis, and we can share also results with you regarding internal and external regulations. Because in order to sell in abroad countries, we need to be familiar with the regulations that do exist in those countries. Since your business area is production of food and cheese, which is in some countries, it's very strict regulated. But in order to implement this, first what you need to do is to implement the IAASB system. That is why we believe that this offer would be effective after the implementation of IAASB system. And in order to do this, to expand your analysis, to expand your production and sales, we could provide you with a micro business plan, which you are supposed to follow in the middle term period in order to achieve this aim to expand the sales and production. Regarding the compensation fee, this is a service that we usually charge by our professional expertise. as I did, in accordance to our analysis, estimated it's about 40 hours by approximately 35 hours per hour per expert is provided. And now, achieving these short-term and medium-term plans could provide you achieve the long-term aim, which is the establishment of a branded production. I know that for a small company as yours, branded production is something unachievable, but believe me, with small changes, everything would be achieved. Everything is achievable. What do we offer for you on long-term period is micro feasibility study. The benefits that you could have from this study is to identify future potential markets in the larger region. When I say larger region, this refers to the EU market, potentially. This could also provide you with defining micro region for production, since you are a small company, and with the small resources that you have, we limited with small changes, everything could be achieved. And this could provide you with stable expansion of your sales on a longer period. How do we do this? Probably the best idea is to prepare an analysis of internal and external regulations, to use actually the analysis that we are going to do with the previous office that we gave you. Then this data that we are going to use will provide you with defining long-term investment plan. The total time needed is about 4 or 5 months after the finishing of the audit, but it would become effective after the implementation of HACCP standards. So the implementation of HACCP standards is something urgent that you need to do. Also, compensation fee.
Because we have another important meeting, so I'm sorry. But thank you very much for this interesting offer. And I must say, I'm a businessman. I'm really interested in improving the performance of the business. So there are obviously points that got my attention. I wasn't really sure about this tax thing because, you know, I don't know about taxes a lot. So yes, but let me finish.
Please, I will talk about the taxes, and actually that is the best part.
Because I wanted to say when I heard that, you know, they're gonna help us with our donations, you know, tax treatment of donation. Actually, I got the hook, I must say. I got the hook.
But I've got some doubts about some ethical things. Did you consider your independence or you know, ethical requirements, and maybe do you have an independent team who will do it and so on? So we are not very much you know, acquainted with your requirements as auditors, but would listen about if you considered the thing.
His cousin is the mayor of the city, so we are very
Yes, okay, as I said, audits, yeah, we have different departments for all this. As I said before, in order to do these services, we are supposed to hire experts because the HACCP needs expertise from another field. Thus, audits, our work now, audits refers to past historical financial statements, while these services that we are going to provide you refers to future business operating plans for your company. Ethical issues, I believe, not actually eliminated because all these services are going to be provided after finishing audits. So after we issue the audit, which at the moment we are almost at the end.
Don't we have a problem if you want to be appointed for the future as an auditor? So how would you like to solve this problem? So potentially, would you resign from providing audit services to us in the future just to have some other services?
No. Yes, we have professional regulation that we need to follow. So my team would do everything necessary in order to eliminate all conflicts of interest or every ethical issues that might appear. Currently, because this refers to future activities, I believe that our team would continue with audits, but in order to implement all this, we could offer you another team that you're going to work with. So no conflicts of interest, no ethical issues. Yes, and regarding tax, I would also pass.
So, what do you think about this taxes?
This is fantastic. I have told Mr. Brankomat repeatedly for years. I have explained to him. I'm very thankful that you are also bringing up this issue. I mean, Mr. Brankomat is a very knowledgeable person. He has a very broad area of expertise, especially in business. He's a very known businessman, as you correctly said. You know, he likes to do these contributions. But taxation is a complicated matter.
I have no idea about taxation.
And actually, I have been asking Mr. Brankomat. He has been very supportive about my professional development, but you know, I'm also interested if you have some courses or some capacity building for me in the area of taxes. Can you help me, coach me? What do you offer in that? That's very interesting for me.
Yes, in fact, that is always in the menu of the services that we offer. We regularly have training, short-term, long-term, for our clients, especially on new updates or new tax developments. And with the very recent changes in the personal income tax, then that is available. In fact, we were discussing whether we should put it as part of our proposal, but because this is always available for a very minimal fee. You can just go to our office or to a public training that we will conduct. So that's always available. So yes, we can accommodate.
I would also like to add that during the implementation of the self-open tax service that my colleague have already explained in accordance with our professional program that we are doing. One of it is on-the-job training. So during implementation of the new income tax law, you are free in obtaining any tax education regarding the new tax law. You could cooperate with an expert of tax, which is So yeah, also my colleagues.
Our services add value your activity, and take in consideration we are the best in the market. Our logo is less tax, more profit.
As I explained before, since you're a small company, we could manage with small changes. Once we do small changes that we offer to you with less costs, things won't get very complicated and increase the value of the company that we have.
I only have one more question. So did you notice anything strange in our tax returns or VAT returns so far during the audits?
You mean not in front of me or what?
Yeah.
Nothing. The tax returns are in a very good shape. I would have known if something is wrong.
I would like, probably my colleague would like to add on this.
Another people are waiting.
Yes. Well, for the benefit of Mr. Bravo, yes, I think you would be very much interested whether the tax returns are being prepared correctly or needs to be changed. No? We are not in a position to comment on that, but as we said, we will be there to review, especially the VAT returns, the VAT declarations, because it is a very complicated system. We do admit. And the changes that we will be recommending, if we are able to pinpoint possible improvements, again, this may be brought about because of lack of awareness, or maybe from the part of the accounting group. But once we pinpoint that, then it will improve in the future, and hence those mistakes can be corrected to avoid tax risk in the future. But we would not want to make any conclusion at this time whether this is correct or not.
Okay, so it's good to know that you're not implying anything that is something wrong in our tax return at the moment. So thank you very much, auditors. We will contact you in the nearest future. We have to spend some time on analyzing your offer, and we will contact you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Svetozar Brankomat, we would like sincerely, from the bottom of our heart, thank you for taking so much time and devoted time to us. We prepared for 5 minutes, but as any member of the government, we could read all our 5 minutes exposures 3 times, so it will be 15 minutes just to fill the gap. Thank you for giving us opportunity to make a friendship and acquainted with you, to assist you and help you to achieve your goals, to be a successful and growing firm. In driving to this venue, we could not call it a village. It's really more than a village, a little bit less than urban area. We have noticed outstanding sculpture. Our emotional reaction was more than positive. And we think that your company is showing extreme corporate social responsibility. Because you share your capital, it's your grandfather on that sculpture, your son has graduated from the School of Law at the University of Scotland. We are very happy that we have seen that sculpture. Mr. Svetozar, we also would like to thank you that you have gathered the top-notch team of your staff, the outstanding accountant. We happen to know her from the Association of Accountants and Auditors of Montenegro as one of our instructors, an outstanding accountant. Mr. Vesna Nebesna, and Nebesna in our Slovenian languages means skyrocketing lady. More than that. Also a lawyer. And there are 3 different groups of professionals who must work together, like in marriage. It doesn't matter whether we like each other or not or love, but we are together in marriage. And we are in marriage in the same bed with lawyers and accountants. We could not work and live without you, and you could not work and live without us. So we are together in the same boat, whether there is way out or not, we will not comment that. We would like to thank a lawyer and a chief accountant for kind cooperation and the letters you have submitted to us and communication, and based on that information we obtained from you, thank you, we are preparing ground for our presentation. So we think that we have solid information exchange in the past. Now let me introduce our beautiful lady and our team, outstanding Miss Karameta, we do not know whether she is married or not, but she is always the miss at our team. So we'll introduce what are our specialties, or we think that we have specialties in those areas. Please.
Okay, I will present our team because you know only Mr. Branko Jutic, that is partner in our field. Predrag Petrovic, that is a team member, and his expertise is in business planning and forecasting. I'm Teuta Karameta. I'm a chief coordinator and contact person with expertise in HR management and safety procedures. Maria Saric, that is quality control with expertise in business plan monitoring. And Eleonora Ole, that is team leader and with expertise in tax compliance. And Diana Ekinovic, that is team member and contact with Faculty of Agriculture.
There is no need to introduce myself. You all know me.
Yes.
I am cooperating with you. I'm you know, the major contact person you have in this company. So, you know me. I don't know as well.
Yes, yes, we can.
And of course you know me, right?
Maybe you want to say a few words about yourself.
No, it's not. Already. So, can you tell us what you're bringing?
Very simply, we are bringing positive emotion and proactive stance. Help me, help you. Be constructive and be energetic to support our profession, to support your firm, to support the government and public interest, and to implement win-win strategy. We are here because we are very much attracted to the idea of going concern, because you are our going concern. If your firm could survive for the next 3 to 5 years, we want just to convey to you in a relaxed manner that we have seen some red flags. Probably we have not understood well, but maybe this is a warning. We shall not make judgmental assessments and say this is good or bad. We just see that key performance indicators are falling, that your forecasts are much better than your real results, and for that reason, maybe you could consider to hire us for some small minimum fee, or that's €100 a month, to monitoring the forecast and your business plan. Also, as we are skilled in creditworthiness appraisal, and one of the members of our team is the chief instructor for the National Association of Banks in Macedonia, and his methodology is applied in education of bankers, creditworthiness for small and medium-sized businesses in agribusinesses. We think that we are in position to improve the presentation and communication of your reports to the banks, and to work jointly with your lawyer, with you, and with the accountant to really improve your creditworthiness performance. Because you have exposure to 3 banks, and we see that probably those trends are not negative, but not very much positive. We think with better communication and with our assistance with you to go in front of the board of the banks or the bank loan officers, we could discuss those matters and be a little bit more communicative and explanatory, just to give more reasons why they should prolong or extend or reschedule loans and grant you new loans, because maybe there will be some problem in the near future. We think that this process of a letter of representation is educating both of us, giving us opportunity to tell you what are your responsibilities, what are ours, but we are in the same boat. We shall work together and cooperate and understand that really our responsibility is somehow joint tonight. Although we are responsible for the report, but we are not here only as your auditors. We are offering you non-audit services, and we think it's very important that through non-audit services to help you in your strategy. Let's say, now it's fashion to discuss animal chipping and so on, but I would think that is convenient way Mr. Svetozar, we think that inventory and sheep and goats and rams are very important in our. Yeah. So really, I think that we should know both, and we as auditors and you as accountants and owners, how many sheep we have.
Of course.
Maybe there is some diplomatic way we can improve the inventory count down and value in inventory. So some inertia just to copy the numbers from last year. Well, it was better than nothing, but maybe we can make one step forward without much cost, but the benefit of that move would be much higher. We see that you are in planning significant investments in equipment. We think that is very important. Yes, you have some idea that to purchase your equipment, because as you give us instructions, lawyer, to keep strictly to the scenario you have envisaged for us, not to think anything out of the information you have given. So we kept on that, and we would like to stress you that we have excellent cooperation with the Faculty of Agriculture, Skopje, Animal Husbandry Department, and Agribusiness Management. We have formal agreement with them on cooperation, and they are certified European Union laboratory, and they are also certified for the projects in development projects funded by the European Union. And we think there is room to discuss possible application to prepare the project documentation for 200 euros a project. And as we have a few farms of the same size of yours, our experience is telling us that it would be something normal to charge you upfront fee 50% advance, and the last 50%, 10,000 on retainer.
You mean how to improve the quality of our production so it meets the European standards? This is the purpose.
Not only that, you can. The European Union projects are not limited to HACCP management improvement, information system improvement, and investment in equipment. With that project, maybe you will not be necessarily knocking the door of the bank for the bank loan for industrial equipment. So, and this is a non-interest bearing loan grant. You need not to repay, so $200,000.
This is a very good idea. As you know, we are thinking to go into these EU markets, and you know, if we could get access to a grant, and if they are able to write a proposal for us and help us.
So it means that we won't have to return it.
Yes, we can help you to get in IPA project.
Yeah, just a lawyer, so we could also negotiate some more fees, you know.
For small fees, we can grant you a grant from the state, which can help you to develop, and you will give us only 10%.
Your fees could be even smaller if I was being based on hours like.
Is it legal?
Yes, everything is not
It's based on the tour of reference of the European Union Commission. So we are strictly following the conflict of interest rules.
I have a question. Have you been successful in providing these kind of grants to other companies? Do you have a true record that you're doing this?
We would like not to testify that we are the lobbyists, but on the contrary, we could give the proof of evidence that we have audited more than 100 of such projects for the European Union in the region, and almost 12 of our projects have been approved, since the Faculty of Agriculture has an outstanding position with the delegation of the European Union in Macedonia. So the same people are making decision on the project, and they will later on monitoring the progress of the project. We shall monitor from the financial point of view the audit, but the Faculty of Agriculture shall monitor the performance of animal management, husbandry, and so on.
Thank you very much. Very, very interesting.
Very interesting. And also, I like we need help with the process of counting these sheep, because they go around and we cannot.
Yes. Okay, I have a suggestion. I will go and discuss that matter with chiefs on the field, person to person, individual, let's say. But on the other side, we have IT professional referring company, which is our sourcing company for data security, data management, and also they have excellent offering GPS geotagging software and geotagging devices, chipping of ships and so on. So
that's interesting.
we can tell you our experience with previous 6 farms in the region near to the border of Greece and Bulgaria. It's very positive because the costs of chipping are one-time costs. And later on you have probably very precise counting and very efficient.
I thought we heard about some grants also for some chipping, so maybe it would be.
Yes.
So let's investigate the possibility of the grant. Also, I want to ask our lawyer: is it legal to chip the ships and the dogs?
It's mandatory in European Union. In Serbia, it's legal. In Montenegro. And then later you chip as the auditors. He is asking me and giving the answer. I have to.
You are fantastic. You remind me of Mr. Brankovic, a person with experience, business knowledge, and I think you have brought fantastic ideas to the table. I have many questions. Of course, you are offering all these fantastic services at finance, but there is nothing about taxes, there is nothing about training. I have told the team that this is a priority for me.
We owe you that answer. And to be complete and honest, her father is the chief tax officer, director of tax offices for Macedonia of the government. The ministers of the finance are changing, rotating, but her father is here for more than 25 years, and he asked us to employ her. We are very happy to have her. And don't worry about tax compliance and tax reports. I promise you that our tax reports will be the best. And if there is any need to change subsequently after the date of filing, we can do that easily. So complete coverage.
So what do you think, Vesna? Are we safe on this?
Well, actually, I have to say I have had bad experiences with tax.
With her father?
with her father.
Yes.
You know how tax authorities can be, so we have to think about that.
But would you be so kind to tell us, since you rotate the auditor for the last year and this, you don't have any problem? Am I right? Because her father is protecting us. No. Positive correlation. As we are your auditors, there are no tax problems.
Okay. I don't have any more questions, and if Mr. Brankovic is...
Well, obviously there are some issues we have to discuss within the team because there are some uncertainties. We have to consult with our lawyer a little bit more to be on the safe side with all what you're proposing. So thank you so much for the time being, and we will contact you shortly and we will continue our discussion. Thank you.
We have already met some of you. I will just briefly introduce because together with me are the members of the audit team that are doing the audit at the moment, and also other consultants that we have in our firm. So here with us is long-time consultants, so I will just introduce them in order to offer you some other services that we can provide to you. You know that we are at the moment doing the audit. Audit is just going fine. We are at the moment at the stage of the completion of the audit. Just in time, as we have agreed, we will finish the audit. You know that regarding the audit, generally those are standard audit procedures. So we are, in order to issue our audit opinion, this is first year that we are doing the audit. At the end of the audit, we have to provide you also the management letter. You will also see some remarks, some suggestions, some notes that we have noticed during the audit that they can be useful for you for the financial statements. But regarding other issues that we have and that we have noticed during the audit, we can at the moment normally do some other
audit services that we think it could be valuable for you. I hope you have received our presentation. It's not by email, probably. Maybe you have seen, but it's not too much. It's only 4 or 5 pages. So there are some representation about our firm, about the network that we have joined it, and we have also cooperation with our offices regarding the other neighboring countries in the region. Generally, we have some couple of things that we can offer you that we have noticed, and I think that it can be useful for you. The first thing is the market research that we can offer you services about that, because we have noticed during the audit that you are expanding the business export in the neighboring countries, and that is one of the areas that you are trying to strengthen to further your sales. My colleague is here that she can tell you more about that, what kind of services that we can offer you in that area. The other thing is the management structure and the governance that you can improve regarding the fact that you are a little bit of a small firm, a medium-sized company with staff that it is not too much involved in the administrative procedures and everything, so that we can offer you, and we think that there is a place for improvement in that area. And at the end, normally we have some questions, issues about the accounting, about the trainings, about the human resources that we can also offer. So at the moment I will leave the floor to my colleague so she can tell you more about the market research.
So in market research, we can offer our services, since you have already expanded to 20% of your activities and sales to the neighbor countries, and you plan to expand to EU region, then it is specific, each country has its specific characteristics, and we can offer you some best analysis, meaning political, economical, social, technology, environment, and legal analysis that relates to certain country where you want to expand. That way you will know what are your opportunities to expand there, because this is agriculture industry, and there are specific characteristics of legal and political and for entering that area. Also, we can offer you a SWOT analysis, analyzing your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and potentials, meaning that area where you have strong position, and the area where you have weaknesses, in order, of course, to improve your weaknesses in that agricultural sector you are working in. Also, we can give you. I believe that in your industry, it is very important to keep inventory level on a certain level, and maybe we have a very specific program, JIT program, JIT analysis, meaning that when you need milk or vitamins and whatever you need for industry, at that moment to ask the supplier to supply you with those ingredients, and also and at the same time you can sell it to your buyers. Also, then this means that you can have also zero inventory or at very minimum level. Of course, this will in all this. This is a very broad analysis, special analysis, and SWOT analysis. We can go in, of course, in details. We have very good experience in that area, and we did that for within our region network of our company. We did that for in 6 and 7 projects, and we also asked for specialists to apply all this procedure. It is because we believe that you can't expand on outside your country, that you don't know the industry without that analysis. It is very it can be very, very interesting for you, I think.
Okay, just to add here, because you want to expand in the region. Don't worry, we have, because we are a member of an international network, so we have offices in the region, in Albania, Bulgaria, Serbia, no problem. We can correspond with them, so we can offer you another.
Romanian too. And the Romanian, because
Romania, okay. Okay, Romania. Sorry.
What about Kosovo?
Kosovo is very interesting market, so we can also provide some outsourcing services there, so no problem. So it can be done. Okay, now to Adriana for the.
Before you continue, can I ask you a question? Can you connect me also to potential buyers or potential customers in those countries?
Yeah, with analysis, in all these analyses, PESO and SWOT analysis, we can of course send that potential customers in that country, and then we can connect you with big chains of supermarkets, malls, and buyers. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, just also with suppliers. That I mean, you have some problems with suppliers. You are buying, depending. You are buying from local suppliers, of course. I guess you have a very strong position there, and you would like to keep those suppliers. But if you want to expand, I believe that you don't have enough quantity, enough number of suppliers, and we can maybe give you some ideas to find another supplier that is cheaper and more quality, maybe milk and vitamins.
Have you considered also legal potential regulations that are different from what we are using right now? Because we have a product which is, very, not, let's say, it's specific, right? Where we
okay, part of this analysis will be also that the regulations,
you should tell us in which area you would like to expand, and then we can separately give you for each country what is specific. Focusing specifically. In general, story is not really interesting. Concrete one.
The tax aspects of this.
This is legal. Within legal, it is included tax area.
Okay. Thank you very much. Because we have divided, my colleague has been talking about the market research that we can do for you and find. Maybe we can answer to all your questions at the end. During our audit process, we have found out that the companies, and in management factor, you will see that our recommendation will be on the management structure. As you have, your company has only 12 employees, from which 9 of them are working in production and only 3 are in a management positions. And we have found out that chief accountant is also HR and accountants at the same time. And there's no segregation of duties also we have found out during our audit. And of course you are planning to expand the company, especially with export, finding other countries where you can expose your products. So we, as a company, we are thinking to organize, in the first place, together a workshop that we can discuss in more details. Because if we start, we can offer you lots of trainings that we can do for your company, especially on the governance structure, how you can work on HR, because we have done some analysis, but not completely. So we can use our time to do those analyses. But at the same time, we believe that you need to have the rule books and the trainings for, and we can do the preparation of the draft rule book for accounting policies in accordance with the legal requirements in the country, but also as you are planning to expand, then we should also provide you with the training or send your accountants at the same time to do some more training or be certified in any professional organization which they can, and be member of maybe other regional organizations so you can make the contact. We can help you to do the first contact, but it's better if you join us in all these workshops, so together we can make more progress. So on phases of preparation of the audit rulebooks for HR accounting, we would like to work together with you. So at the same time, we will have more insight, information, and the problems that you have during your work. So structure, management structure is very important on the part that you want to expand, and you are doing with a few people a lot. So this is our offer, which we don't see as a conflict of interest after we did our audit at this point. And we believe that what are you doing now is very positive, and it's really a good business that you can be a much bigger firm and with very profitable if you direct your investments on structure and governance.
Yeah.
Well, this sounds very interesting, and we're definitely gonna talk about it further. My only concern is that, in all this rule books, literature, and you name it, all this procedures, I think it's the name, procedures? Procedures, yes. That you're not planning my replacement, right? I mean, I'm the company, I'm supporting the company, and of course, none of my colleagues, right?
Don't worry about that.
Actually, you are 85% owner of the company and managing company. But if you want to expand, you can't have control over all things, all issues that you have all problems that you are facing during your
it's expanding
you are
as a
smaller,
business.
and then you have to have managers that you believe in.
Actually, we believe that you should be an owner, and you should really just have a contact, discuss with other companies like this, and bring the experience actually within your company. And you should have employees who will manage all the work. Like you have an accountant now, you have a lawyer that will go. That's why we as a company believe on working together on all these rule books and how to implement those rule books. As an owner, you can really, through these rule books and legal process, you can see where are you going and how your employees are doing.
Thank you very much, and let me explain to Mr. Brankovic, because this is very technical, and we need to train it so he can understand it at the level. Succession plans. You have 2 children.
Okay.
We need to think a way of bringing them in this business, and you are a fantastic person. You will live very long and have a very healthy life. But
I'm not planning to retire anytime soon.
No, but try to worry not too much, so leave the business to somebody else. And
so it is important, I think, even if we don't expand, that we start thinking about these issues. Because,
You need to go
we're
to
an age.
The question is whether children are interested in that.
Well, if this is something
This is another
you can,
story, but
if this is something you
but
can help
you have
Mr.
to think about
Brankovic,
it. So
that's
the time is
important.
passing, and normally you can stop the time. So
You can't control everything. Yes, so definitely let's come back to it. Just one final point is, I'm assuming it's going to be covered within the fee of the audit, right?
no, in the final page, you
No.
at the final page, we have the fees. Probably you didn't see the final page, but
You have to pay something.
okay, but we can offer you.
We offer quality.
Because money is not a problem.
What is the total cost that you're expecting approximately?
Total cost.
Okay, in that kind of details we can go further. So this is just a first step of the offer. So depending
We have offered
what you're
to
interested,
discuss.
give us back so we can make you a more detailed offer about
You have to be more detailed because we don't like surprises. We don't like just invoices coming in. We need to know how much we're going to
Okay,
pay.
we can also think about it, so no problem. This is just a first introduction, so think about it. And regarding this is the first audit that we have in the company, first year. So we'll hope to continue the cooperation. So I think it will be very useful for you.
Okay, thank you, Audit team, for your presentation. Unless my colleagues don't have any further questions, we can close on that at the moment, and we'll come back.
Actually, this time we bring some new people on the board. Those are the guys who are chief of the tax department of our company. This is like advisory service chief. Because today we are here to offer you something which is new for your company, something like that. And actually, we find out that your company is very, very nice company and have a lot of potential that we actually see doing the previous audit work. So that is the reason why we are asking for meet with you and your colleagues to discuss something that we need, that in respect to your needs in company actually need to be addressed in the short and longer term. So first of all, we want to talking about your plans for the penetration, and we think that we help, that we can help you because we have our network in the European country, so we can help you providing you investment plan for this activity and also cost-benefit analysis for each market that you actually that we find. This will be like a short study including marketing, technical, HACCP solution, and all of those requirements that you need to fulfill to European Union. So, and this will be a platform for your future investment and for your future development. The goal, the aim for you, or your final goal will be actually that your profit will be increased. Also, we can approach to the European funds that are available, so your investment cost will be covered by European Union funds or something like that. So you will have much more profit on that then, and you don't need to spend additional money from your regular business now. So the other points that we think that we can do in the services, your life problem, which is livestock count, which is your land and property valuation, and your account receivable, account payable management. So we can, these problems need to be addressed probably in the short term. Probably Ms. Vesna is very aware of those problems, and we also know that we can provide you training to teach you how to evaluate your asset, which methodology is best for some kind of assets, so you can, in your company, has enough capacity to evaluate your assets, not without any additional cost.
This is an accounting training, right? It is not
It's
for
not,
Mr. Branko.
it's not accounting training, it's training for different type of people. Training for accountants, for Mr. Branko also, for production manager, and also for other guys. Because this valuation is not just accounting problem, it's company problem at all. And valuation including many of sources or many of knowledge. Mr. Branko has a huge knowledge of technical issue which is part of this valuation, and he will actually lead this team.
Thank you for acknowledging.
Yeah. And also, part of this will be, let's say, accounting training will be regarding the account receivable, accounting payable management, because we find that we can help you to better manage your cash and to have better cash position in order to fulfill your obligation of time within these management tools that we will provide in training. You will be able to generate more cash and quickly generate the cash. And also, we have, in conversation with Ms. Vesna, we saw that Vesna spent a lot of time in tax issue, and there is a huge problem because of complicated method. So our company has enough capacity and also has a special department for offering tax advisory services. This department is actually doing we propose that we have monthly update on all tax change and all. Just brief note on the 2-page brief note, and you will receive it in the company every single 2 months, which will show you all changes, law, regulation, and all compliance that you need to have within the laws and regulations. The other things also will be the training on tax issues, also for the accounting stuff and also for the, let's say, sales stuff, because they're doing the plus issues. So we will create specific tailored training for your company, just for your company. And this training will be depends on need of your, that we will define during the audits that will be needed. And also we will give you the complete service to helping you with income tax and all of those tax preparation and report preparation. And it will be mutual conversation between those of you. And I think also we know that you have some problem with counting your livestock. So we will propose as immediate action that you, at least when you cutting the sheep and the wool, and that you put the chips, and there is available software here who can help you that have periodical counting, and that you can also find every chip whatever they're on. So it will not costly. It is not cost too much, because there is more and more supplier for that kind of things. And also software is going the less, price is going the less. And also we can, we already do implementing this in another company in the Macedonia, which doing the great. And now they have, let's say, excellent counting system, and also they know where is the sheep, and even they can track the condition of where place they are.
Are these chips safe for the milk?
Yeah. This is completely. This is in EU regulation. This is mandatory that every chief and every goat and every cow supposed to have that kind of chip. So because in future time when this country came to the EU, it will be obligatory. So it will be better for you to be well prepared.
But sorry for interruption. We have since this shipping is going to cost, it's a one-time investment. We have another alternative which is a zero cost for you. I think you will appreciate this. Since you are doing the trimming of the cows of the sheep each year, the wool, you are taking out the wool, so we think that you can leave this activity at the end of the year. So when you are taking out the wool, at the same time you are counting, and it will be the elimination of double counting. So we will see which one is trimmed, and then you will do the counting at the same time, and it will be very, very practical. Yes. Practical and free.
But if you do that, how do you know that all the sheep were trimmed? Which is one of our concerns.
You will put all the sheep in one place and you will start the trimming. And then one by one until you trim all the ones. Did you try this method earlier?
Okay, we'll think of solution. We have to think of a reasonable solution for it.
Yeah, that is probably it will be trade-off between two or three solutions. But it's up to your team to decide which one is better for you. We have proposed zero-cost solution, and we have proposed some investment solution. So maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. So we can probably together find a better way to keep this problem. And also finally, regarding the price, nothing is without price, Mr. Banker, you know, as a businessman, that we need to charge you something. So. Yeah, and my colleague will tell something.
Yeah, I represent also the advisory staff within our small firm, and I try to develop the advisory services alongside audit and tax. And don't get me wrong, we understand very well you are a great manager, and your firm is made very good progress. But succession is always important, and it comes a time when you need to plan about that. So in terms of that, we can help because we are part of a larger network. So we have contacts with the investors, venture capitalists or strategic investors, multilateral financing banks, and I think there is a time when a proper time comes that you need to think about bringing in some investors.
Let me just support this idea, because Mr. Brankovic, God forbid something happens to you. What are we going to do with the company?
You mentioned that
I mean,
earlier.
we've been together for a long time, and I hope we'll be together for much more years and celebrate New Year's parties together and give gifts. But I'm very scared. What happens if something happens to you? Who's going to run this company? Remember when you were ill months and you were away for a month? How things became problematic here, and it was. I just don't want to go through that again.
Yes, I mean, this is a good point. I never thought of it that way, but I think you're convincing me, that we have to plan the succession.
Yeah, in this regard.
And also we can help you. We can help you because really we are also as a company in the same shape now because we making the change from the, let's say, one-man show. Now we have, let's say, you see that we have even department for the other services. We are not doing just audits or something like that. And my role in the company is less and less. I am just managing the company, looking grants, asking for the clients or something like that. So this will be probably in the future much more your role as a manager and well-respected person in the neighborhood and all of those in our municipality. So finally we came to the prices. We offering our services like we will not charge you per hour or something like that. We will like to charge you just for your value that you will receive from our services. So we think that fair value, because we expect that you will gain a new profit within our services. So we will charge you just fixed price, which is 6,000 euros for this full package of services.
This is a lot. How much are we paying for the audit?
8,000 you are paying us.
Approximately.
4,000.
It sounds like a big number.
It sounds like a big number to me.
This number is, trust me, this number is negotiable, but this number is nothing. Because your revenue will be increased.
Can you negotiate this number, please?
Yeah, every single number is negotiable.
I don't need to say anything, it's already
No,
negotiated.
every single number is negotiable.
I like your attitude.
But we must highlight that the assistance with the advisory services and the deal cycle is not included in this price. So we have to have a separate discussion on that to understand your needs and to see what we can do with the due diligence or with the valuation of the business and the share purchase agreement. These are very important stuff that we will need something additional.
There is no. We take care about ethical issue and conflict of interest, and we have actually the separate team which is doing so. We have completely filled out all the regulation, all the standards.
Yeah, and we are also a member of a professional organization, so we comply with all the ethical standards which are mandatory for us. So we know very well what are the conflicts of interest with different kind of services.
Branko, as a two manager, let's back to the prices. You know that we bring the value to the company. So you will, at the end of our service, you will say, I pay less than I actually earn. So I think the price is very good.
Okay then, so we're definitely going to discuss further about your offer, and there are very interesting points in your presentation. So thank you so much for the time being, and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you very much.
So basically, I would like to introduce my colleagues. The good news that we have is that our firm has grown, so it has become a member of Best Audit International, which is...
New words in your name. International, yes.
No, actually it's the same. You didn't read the contract very well. Basically, the name is the same, and what we have here is joint effort by SMPs, that is small and medium-sized practices in the region. We are covering 10 countries: Macedonia, Albania, Kosovo, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, and also Croatia, Romania, and Bulgaria. Sadly, we are not covering Poland actually, because Yeah, so without further ado, I would like to present Mr. Zeka, who is coming from his partner in our affiliate office on Kosovo. Miss yes, she is coming from our representative office in Montenegro. And Ms. Mardakovic, who is coming from our representative office from Serbia. Actually, the other partners could not make it at this meeting. But in any way, we didn't like to make too much of a big conference, because I know that you're very time constrained, so maybe this is the best.
Let's move to the offer.
Okay. Fine. So our commitment is to be your partner in growth. Meaning, as Ms. Mardakovic was our peer partner, and we were working very, very closely on this logo, actually. And we were thinking, okay, what can we offer? And we said, most probably the best one is growth, because growth can mean different things to different people. For example, revenue increase or market share increase or good cash flows or profitability or mergers or something like that, or tax savings. So it is different for different clients. The potential services that we have for you, and my colleagues would actually introduce part of their success stories that they have in the region and in their representative offices. So the first one would be market research and completion of a business plan, which is very close to each other. Certain training for IFRS for SMEs, and we are very proud to announce that this is a new venture for us in Macedonia, but my colleague from Montenegro has vast experience in this field, so they're going to assist us with that. And at the end, tax review, we also have some proposition for you, because we know that you have had some problems in the past with tax computations, filing of tax reports, tax returns.
It's the most important area of your business, because compliance with laws and regulation, we consider it's first value of our international network. So we will focus on that part, and as well your growth and your opportunity to use your opportunities that you have. So, continue, please.
Yeah. At the end, we say that our fees are fair, but that is also due to our PR and our compliance officer. We like to say that our fees are competitive, but at some point, somebody found a little bit of an ethical issue for actually doing bad stuff for the profession itself. So we needed to think also in this way.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Who did what to your profession?
We cannot do bad things to our profession ourselves, meaning that, saying that we are the best, although it is in our name. And,
you have to include that.
Yeah, or saying, I don't know, you get the best value for your money or things like that. It leads to a bad perception about the profession itself.
Okay, now I understand. Giving misleading propaganda about the quality of your firm. Yes, this is very good. Yes, I didn't think of it before. I confirm.
I trust. Okay, so I think that Mr. Zeka would like to share his success story with you.
Yes, thank you again for this meeting. I will be very, very short because I know that you have many things to do. We are, as a firm, specialized in market research. So what we offer our colleagues and members of this regional network is support, giving you to grow internationally. We saw that you already did some steps in this towards this goal. So we would do our best and provide you support with your goal. So the approach we would use is using our network resources, and we have now a portfolio of over 30 clients in our offices that we provide these kind of similar services that you need. We foresee price to be based on 80 euros per hour plus other expenses, so I think it's fair price and fair cost for your company to achieve this.
Just if I may say, Mr. Brankomat, the research is something we much need. You know, you're making these travels on an annual basis, trying to gather information about if you know we can get the structure of research, that would probably help us. But I don't understand here what is the fair price concept. I don't understand, honestly. I have to ask you.
Okay, what is it?
I don't understand what are these expenses. I mean, what is this? We don't want surprises. I mean, is this going to be a big amount? What are we paying for? Why expenses?
I would also be interested in how many hours actually you are going to spend on certain activities, because that would then give us the picture of how much in general are we going to pay.
Yeah, today we are just offering you a framework approach and just an idea for you to consider, and later on we will discuss details. Certainly we will not charge more hours that we agree in the contract, and also expenses will be mentioned and reasonable.
I would add to that why we didn't put a fixed price, perhaps. You know, we know that you want to grow, and that Mr. Branko is actually doing a lot of work in market researching. But we have pulled the insights, we have pulled knowledge together. And we have a lot of knowledge on different markets, the market in Macedonia, the market in Kosovo, in Serbia, and so on and so on. But it means that for preparation of a market research, we would spend much more hours if we are explaining the market in Romania and you do not have, you're not planning actually to diversify to Romania or things like that. So if we narrow down, together with you, we narrow down the region on which you're going to plan to place your products, then we can come up with the exact amount of hours that are going to be divided in each phase, what's planning, what's preparation of the report, finalization of the report, etc. Although not mentioned here, the plus expenses really means out-of-pocket expenses. If we need to do some travel or accommodation cost or things like that. And as a standard approach in our contracts, we are putting a 10% maximum cap, a 10% of the total fee that we are charging. So this amount cannot basically be too big in the total amount of the service itself.
And it will be represented to you before the contract will be signed.
I thought we are not paying something like this on audit, or
Don't look at me, yes.
I looked at the contract and I haven't seen the expenses of the contract. So something strange. Very complicated.
Okay, but I agree. We can maybe afterwards we can maybe agree on exactly the pricing policy, but that is not currently.
Can you just give us an amount? We stay in that amount.
Well, actually, it depends on which countries would you prefer to have this market research done.
Oh.
What currency?
Yes.
So we would we would basically think that this can be done in, I don't know, fair time of 100 hours, 80 to 100 hours, so it is not...
Okay, so in order to clarify our offer today, we can combine these two, which is market research and business plan for your international growth. So we can talk then about merging these two costs together. So we can offer this as a package, market research and business plan for your growth. And the business plan would, of course, then include evaluating your plans and making cost-benefit analysis, assessment of your potential investment. We put the price for this service 4,000 euros, but we can again meet and discuss when we merge these two products. We can discuss again about the price.
Sounds flexible.
Okay, I would just like to add one more thing to this, basically. Just one more thing to this business plan. So what are you going to expect when we evaluate the market and then we have the input data? Either it comes from you, from your research, or it is done by us, or it is done by somebody else. Then we are pulling all of it together. We are doing analysis on NPVs, on rates of return and things like that. Then you're going to see the viability of the potential investment that you're planning to make. So it may sound very good on paper, but after that it may turn out not to be such a good idea. And you're going to get a range of results and factors and things like that. So the end result would be if such investment is feasible or if it is not feasible.
Oh yes, I'm very familiar with business plans. You know, they can be complicated and have a lot of spreadsheets, numbers. But
That's
they're very
something
useful
for you.
for the bank.
Something for you.
They're very useful for the bank. If you want to get some financing, definitely you have to do a business plan. So that can be useful.
Actually, we are going to include one part what would be the best source to finance this investment. So using your own funds if you have them, go public, or issue debit note, or simply, as you know, go to the bank and maybe consolidate some debts together.
The banks keep on asking us about this business plan. We give them our planning data, we give them what we have, and they keep on asking, where is yours?
Sorry, Ms. Nebesna, our value is not to focus on banks, but your own business and your own growth, because we know you want to grow internationally and to invest in new technology and to gain other markets other than yours. So it's fair for Mr. Brankomat to know exactly what cost he has to make and what profit will he get in such a period of time. I think that our most valuable aim is to gain you such an information, and that business plan will achieve. That's what we are talking about. Banks, it's your business.
How accurate are these business plans?
Well, they're based on future results actually, and the future is something that is unknown. So a lot of things could happen, but based on our historical data and development and our analysis and our tools that we have actually a very successful rate of outcomes from our previous business plans that we did in the region.
We will prepare for you for the future that comes, so let's be prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, let's maybe go very briefly through your last points, two last points, if we can.
Okay, the assessment of your potential investment. For sure, it was.
I mean the IFRS training.
Oh, sorry very much. Okay, I thought that we were speaking about this one. I think that my colleague from, yeah, the PR person would actually like to.
Okay, first of all, our best international network is available for IFAC training for SMEs in very small and medium entities, such as yours, Mr. Brankovic. So we have very much experience in training, and in our country, that means in Serbia, we are leaders in training small and medium entities in new IFRS regulations and standards, and that is in line with our aim to be, for you to be compliant and to get value added to your business. So for Mrs. Nebesna, we will prepare some trainings for in a way that we agree. It could be a workshop or just some booklet with the regulations. So it will be interesting and useful that our clients can say about our trainings. So that is our offer to you.
Basically, this one is made directly for Ms. Vesna. We know that she is doing a great job in accounting and in reporting, both internal and external, and also is involved in other business operations within the entity, something with the payment transfers and things like that. It is in some way tailored for the needs of the chief accountant of Ms. Nebesna. Of course, we can also put it other way. Maybe when we are organizing such seminars, we could send you an invitation so that you would be aware, plan in advance, or things like that. We have put here a 2-day event because we know it's basically an 8-hour session. We have split it in 2 days because we know that it's difficult for a professional to lose an entire day on training if they have some business to attend to.
And I want to make you easy your job to be more productive and more successful.
What about the tax review? What is it?
Sorry?
The tax review.
Yeah. Okay. Recently, as you may or may not know, our firm in our own country got a new employee within the tax department. He's a very good guy. He has an experience of 4 or 5 years as head of finance within the public revenue office. Also a couple of years at a managerial position in other big 4 company. A very good friend of mine actually. Has joined our firm, and as we know from Ms. Nebesna that prior year you had certain problems with taxes, computation, filing of tax returns, and things like that. We think that it would be interesting for you if we include such a professional to help you with your tax computations, do a tax review, maybe, or just audit your tax returns. So it would be also an on-site training which can assist your accounting department in preparation of accurate, correct, and timely tax returns.
I thought you are already auditing our tax returns when you are doing audits.
Yes, but where are you going to see the added value? It is a complex tax regulatory environment, and that sometimes business can be done the other way with the same results, but with tax benefits. So this guy has so many successful stories, and I know that the last time he was telling me something about an IT firm that has employed a lot of young people, and our client was actually unaware that he has some subsidies from the government for social contributions, things like that, for employment of people under the age of 25. So at the end, when they did all of the calculations, it turned out that the monthly lump sum that he was paying to us as a tax advisor was lower on a yearly level than the tax subsidy that he got for the government for his employees. Plus, on top of that actually the client got checks for the tax returns, checking of the books that are related to VAT, the computation of personal income tax, and all these things.
And we're keeping in mind that you plan to grow, so it will be very important to follow your business growing in tax.
Can we agree on a very flexible pricing system, because we need it, definitely, but you know this is clear. But can we agree, for example, for some kind of flexible pricing where, you know, whatever you save on the taxes we pay to you? 10%. Is this something you would be, you know, if we can set this kind of arrangement? Because this is not a conflict of interest, you know, it's their interest to find savings, it's our interest to find savings. Maybe we can be on the same line here.
What would you say about that?
Actually, it's a very good point, but we are seeing this as a continuous engagement. Maybe we could be speaking about something like that, but put in a much different form than that you have explained, as a one-time engagement. So, meaning that you have a direct problem with, I don't know, purchasing of certain equipment, and then you would like the best results and tax savings that you get, so gets maybe remunerated to your consultants or things like that. But on the other hand, as we see this as an ongoing engagement rather than a one-time, we cannot agree on such way of computation of our fee.
That's unfortunate. Maybe, you know, maybe we would be interested definitely to see how good you are in this area, and if you can offer us a one-time service so we can see how the cooperation goes, maybe we would be further interested to have, you know, a fixed monthly arrangement. But at the moment, you know, since you're claiming that you're able to find all these savings in other companies, we would also like to have an opportunity for you to do a
for sure. Okay, I will send the reference from
whatever you say.
Okay, I will send the reference from our tax leader, actually, who is not currently present, so you can discuss about these details. I'm sure that he will give you more in-depth information about it, so we can leave it for another time.
Okay, so we'll come back to you. Thank you for this. And please remember, I mean, you are our auditors, but please remember that there are some other companies, and we know they're sending us offers. Sometimes we're meeting. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that basically there are so many of these meetings as if we're meeting different group every 15 minutes. I mean, so yeah, bear this in mind in your pricing and strategy as well. Thank you so much.